celestial beings, i.e., the sun, moon, planets, stars, constellations, etc., taking the discussion to a new level of understanding. Faith and euphoria should no longer be allowed to trump the facts and evidence that actually exists. We need a fresh perspective, and that can be found in the mythicist position. Prior to the mythicist position outlined above, people didn't have a mythicist position option to turn to. Another important point you should be made aware of is that there is no requirement in New Testament scholarship to investigate the case for mythicism in order to get their PhD. If the EVEMERIST position has existed since the 3rd and 4th centuries before Christ, then the mythicist position should also be made available as well. The fact that it's not, and the fact that hardly anybody is aware of astrotheology and its myths based in natural phenomena concerns me. This is the writer of this quote who said that. Concerns me, and it should concern you. It's precisely what's missing from the discussion. We can begin fresh and renewed with the mythicist position as a viable option. Again, these quotes are from people who support this position. Both positions. The first one was, of course, the EVEMERIST position, and now it's being contrasted by the mythicist position. But both these positions are anti-Christian, which I myself am a Christian. Let's go to quote 5. Again, here's quote 5. Again, mythicism allows us to step outside the theist versus atheist box and to value the vast human creation of religion and mythology without being either antagonistic toward it or believing it as dogma. Mythicism goes beyond the ceaseless theist-atheist debate. In fact, which is in the end futile, since cases for both perspectives can be and have been made ad infinitum under a variety of circumstances. And since experience shows us that this discussion will never be resolved, except indeed in the mythicist position, which neither believes nor dismisses, but which understands and appreciates humanity's long-standing interest in religion and spirituality. The mythicist position does not necessarily accept religious traditions as being based in third dimension reality and history. Nevertheless, mythicism itself is rooted in reality and is an end product of free thought. You better watch that. Of free thought and scientific endeavors, as well as the recognition of profound human imagination and creativity. The mythicist position allows us to create greater harmony by acknowledging and enjoying the similarities and differences in religious traditions founded upon valid evidence grounded in natural phenomena. Ooh, I don't know how they wait to address these quotes, but let's move on to quote number 6. Natural theology is a branch of theology based on reason and ordinary experience, explaining the gods rationally as part of the physical world. Thus, it is distinguished from revealed theology or revealed religion, which is based on scripture and religious experiences of various kinds, and also from transcendental theology. Marcus Terentius Varro. Marcus Terentius Varro. He lived 116 to 27 before Christ, BC. In his, which is lost, in his Antiquatus Rerum Humaniarum et Divinorum, and this is Latin, established a distinction of three kinds of theology: civil or political, which he called theologia civilis; natural, physical, which he called theologia naturalis; and mythical, which he called theologia mythica. The theologians of civil theology are the people asking how the gods relate to daily life and the state, or the imperial cult. So the people ask God how they relate, and theologians of the state are part of the imperial cult. The theologians of natural theology are the philosophers asking for the nature of the gods. And the theologians of mythical theology are the poets, crafting mythology. The terminology entered Stoic tradition and is used by Augustine, of Hippo. You know Augustine, St. Augustine. All right. So those were first 6 quotes, but we want to now turn our attention to astrotheology, which is defined as theology founded on observation or knowledge of the celestial bodies, again, such as the sun, moon, planets, stars, constellation, and Milky Way, etc. And it was created by William Durham, Derham, in 1714. That'll move us now to the 7th quote. Astrology, theology founded on observation or knowledge of the celestial beings. Again, it's just a reiteration, but this here is cited in Webster's Revised Unabridged Dictionary, copyrighted in 1996 and 1998. Here's another quote. Astrotheology. Theology or religious systems based on the observation of stars. And this is cited in the Aldrich Dictionary of Phobias and Other Word Families, page 93. Quote number 9. Astrotheology. Theology founded on the stars. And this is from Hartramp's Vocabulary Builder, page 156. Now we move to quote number 10. Archaeologists are generally agreed that the dominant ideas embodied in the Roman funerary ritual came from the astrotheology of Babylonia and Syria. And this is a quote from Francis Hobart Herrick. Hobart is Hobart, Herrick. And it comes from, and you can find it cited in the American Eagle, a study in natural and civil history, page 200. And now, quote 11, astromythology or star mythology from the Greek. The corpus of myths, that is, the body of myths, in which stars play a role, particularly as divinities or gods in astral configuration. An agrarian, okay, I think they misspelled it, but it's agrarian, and especially in highly advanced cultures. Agrarian. Let me spell that. Agrarian. Agrarian. and especially in highly advanced cultures such as Babylon, Egypt, Mexico, astromythologies arose surrounding the sun, the moon, planets, and individual groups of stars. This is a quote from Udo, that's U-D-O, Becker, Lance W. Garmer, and it was cited in the Continuum Encyclopedias of Symbols, page 28. Towards the bottom of this link, one will find an interesting entry in the Jewish Encyclopedia on the star worship of the ancient Israelites. I don't know, back to me, I don't know if I actually included that, but perhaps I will later. But anyway, moving on further now. Astrotheology of the ancients. Star worship. Astrolatry. Astrolatry. Sabiism. Sabaism. The sun, moon, planets, and stars have been worshipped as gods in a number of cultures. Star worship evolves from the awe felt at the beauty, regularity, mystery, and power of the heavenly bodies, especially of the sun, and in response to their effect, real or imagined, on terrestrial and human life. The sun and moon, in particular, are perceived as the givers of time, time being divided by their motions, and the sun as the regulator of the cycles of the seasons. Star worship usually accompanies, indeed triggers, the early development of astronomy and calendrics and sanctions the parallel growth of astrology. So it sanctions the parallel growth of astrology. This was certainly so in Mesopotamia in the last 2 millennia before Christ, and in Central America among the Maya. Star worship probably underlies the prehistoric megalithic astronomical sites of northern Europe. I want to kind of digress here and just talk to you a little bit about megalithic for those of you who may be unaware. A megalithic is a large stone that has been used to construct a structure or monument, either alone or together with other stones. The word megalithic describes structures made of such large stones, utilizing an interlocking system without the use of mortar or concrete, as well as representing periods of prehistory characterized by such constructions. For later periods, the term monolith with overlapping meanings is more likely to be used. Okay. All right. Getting back now, talking about megalithic structures, for example, Stonehenge. Now, let's talk to you a little bit about the Stonehenge, which you may be aware of, but for those who may not be, let me just explain that it is a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, England, 2 miles west of Amesbury. So if you're 2 miles west of Amesbury, you might see it. And it's 8 miles north of Salisbury. So if you're in Amesbury or Salisbury, and you might be able to travel and see what is known as Stonehenge, a prehistoric monument. Okay. All right. So that's enough of what we're going to say about that for now. All right. They got similar sites in North America. For example, the Bighorn medicine wheel. Okay. Now, from Mesopotamia, star worship passed into Greco-Roman culture. Sun worship became, in the 3rd century AD, something of an official religion in the Roman empire.